Engineering, India. Welcome to the Honorable Dr. Karuppiah as a professor of Master Business Administration. And for the topic today is data analysis using Python. First, let me introduce myself. I am Novita and I will host you for today's event. Now, let please welcome our presenter. Welcome to the Honorable Dr. Karuppiah. And in the next session, we will start with main event for presentation. And in the next session, we have Q&A session. And next is time for documentation. And last step is closing. Okay, let's begin. We will start class presentation delivered by Dr. Karuppiah. The time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning to all. Share my screen. Uh, 1 minute, I share my screen.
Yes, it's okay.
I hope our screen is visible.
Yes, visible.
Yeah. Good morning to all. This is a data analysis using Python. So when we go to data analytics, so what is a data analytics? If you collect so many data, huge amount of data, or we call it as a big data, or so many things. So all the datas are we are using for some analysis to increase the performance of your any industries or companies, right? So here data analytics is a data tools are smart. Only making for a decision making. So main purpose of this data analysis, we can go for a decision making. So all the data is converted into meaningful information. So we have a three different types of data, that is a descriptive or predictive or prescriptive type, three different types. So here the data analytics is a process of methodology. So analyzing the data into raw data into meaningful information. So a meaningful confirmation. So we now see the limit is potential for gaining the insights of the we are applying the data to the analytics and getting some using some visualization, we're getting some graphical representation. So finally we are conclude said, so this is to be good or bad, like that we are conclude something. So first we can go for a requirement understanding in this data analytics. What is a need, what are the requirement, first we have to go, then we can go for data understanding and understanding the data. So and then we can preparing the data. So preparing the data is nothing but data cleaning, missing values. So you have to avoiding the missing values. Okay, we have to fill in the missing values, all those things. And finally data exploration is nothing but if you find that some mean, median or something or description of the data, or what is the data type of data. So all those things will come under data exploration. So that is we can give us make these all those things steps we can go for decision making problems. So we are inciting development and go for decision making, and we can go for modeling and finally evaluating. So the deployment of your product. So this is the entire process of data analytics. So we have three different types of data analytics. One is a descriptive analytics and predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics, right? So descriptive means what is happened or what is happening in the past. So we have some statistical data. For example, we have a store. So we retail stores or something. We can take it as an example. So the January month we have some sales of 10,000, and February month we have 5,000. So why the sales to be decreases? So we can take it as a past data and analyze that and find out the reason to increasing the performance of the particular retail store. So that's why what is happened, what is the previous data. So what is the past data, that is called as descriptive. So you can find the mean, median, mode or descriptive statistics. Based on the statistics, we have to find out that. So that is how we can have to go go through the particular population. So how the population been changing. So that is called descriptive analytics. Then predictive analytics, nothing but what could be happen in the future. So prediction. So what will be the population change over the next 10 years? So what is the profit for next 5 years? So you can have to predict something, that is called predictive analytics. So finally prescriptive analytics, nothing but, so if you know, you conclude that so there are some things to be improved, and finally we're getting a so much profit. So what are the different steps to be improved that? So what should be make an action? So okay, what is the action should be taken to improve the performance of the company? Okay, so what action should be taken in order to achieve the best outcome, or avoiding the negative outcomes? We can getting only positive outcomes. Based on our assumption, we're getting a good outcome. Okay, so that's where we can go for a prescriptive analytics. So first we can go for a descriptive, we can go for what is happening, that is a positive thing, and then predictive, and then we can go for prescriptive. So these are three different types of analytics. In Python, so we can have go for numpy operation. So that is called numerical operation, numerical Python. Numpy is something but numerical Python. So you must include that numerical Python. So we can go for a numerical operation on a multi-dimensional array or matrices. So consider as example, we can go for import numpy as np. So that's np dot array. We have array 1, 2, 3. There is 3 elements, and B have another array 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. We have a 2-dimensional array. So I can arrange that 0, 10, 2. That means that the 0 to 10 values, they have the skipping the increment value is 2. So if you have printing the A, B, and R and G, the range, okay. So that is, it will print that. So print A means it will print 1, 2, 3, and print B means it will print 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. That is a second array, and print range orange is nothing but 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So that is 2, 2 can be increases. So that is called numerical Python basic operation. Then next we can go for basic number operate functions. So if you go for a, we take it as an array as an example. I will take it as an array for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the 5 elements in the array. So I can find out the exponential or square root or logarithm. So you can go for exponential is exp, that is the value of exp dot x, sq or t square root, and logarithm for log. So it will find that value for all the things. This is encoding for we are find out the exponential, square root, logarithm for on one dimension array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 elements. Then we can have a data. So np dot array. So we can take it as one array. I have to find out that descriptive statistics, that is mean, median, standard deviation, variance. Okay. So the function can be used for find out the mean is mean of data, or median of data, or standard deviation of data, or variance of data. So it will have a we find out the killing the resulting value. Mean is 3.5, median is 3.5, standard deviation, and variance. Okay. So this is called as a numerical Python or numpy operation using Python. Okay. Next we want to pandas. What is my pandas? It is a data manipulation and analyzing tools. So it have a data frame. So everything is considered as a data frame in Python. So what is the data type of the particular each and every field? Okay. Consider an example. We have import pandas as PD. So I can take it as a data, name and score. So name as Alice and Pop, the two names. Score is Alice score 85, Pop scores 90. So I can convert this data into data frame, that is called DF. So DF is equal to PD dot data frame of data. So if you print like this, it will show the like a table. So rows and columns. So 0 alias 85, 1 pop 90. That is, we can have a this one is name score 0 alias 85, 1 pop 90. So this is a table format. So it is called, this is a format for creating a data frame. So if you have in the creation of the data frame or data set, we can take it any data set. So we have some missing values. Okay. What is in the missing values? The missing values occurs when the no data is stored for a future in observation. For example, NaN is not a number or none or some blanks. Okay. how to handle this particular missing values. Okay, many machine learning models can't handle the not a number values directly. So we have go for a some skews analysis, how to handle this. For example, we can go for a remove rows or columns. If the too many missing values are not critical in the sense it is not important. You feel that the particular column or row you can remove as it is. The particular row can be removed. Okay, df dot drop na, or if you the value should be have a some numerical value. So I want to fill that numerical value. You can find out the mean or median. If it is a categorical value, you can go for find out the mode. Okay, so that is we are filling the values. Or if it is a time series, the value should be in the time series. We can go for forward fill or backward fill methods. Okay, or if you have some domain knowledge, so you have very well expert in the domain, so you can have to just we are filling that unknown value to the some other values you can fill, because we are the expert, you can just fill like that values. So these are all the handling that four different types of problems. One is if it is not critical or not so important, so we can have to just drop the row or column. Or the second one is a numerical or categorical. Numerical means you can find out the mean or median just replacing the value. Or if it is a categorical, you can find out the mode just replacing the value. Or if it is a time series or ordered data, you can go for forward fill or backward fill data. Or if it is you have an expert, okay, then you can have the just filling the unknown value to the known value. So these are how to handling the missing values. So I can create a data frame with the missing values. Let us take as an example. So I can have to import contrast SPD number as NP, that is importing function. So create a data frame with the missing values. So for example, I can creating a data frame with the name and age and gender. So name is alias Pop Charlie David 4 row and age 25. Here np.nan not a number, 30 np.nan not a number, and gender we have F and M and np.nan and M. Here also, so we have a age, we have two missing values, and gender we have one missing values. Okay, so I can have to print the original data frame. So the original data frame should be like this. So if you see the tables, so it should be like this: alias 25 female, pop NAN, because pop have no date missing values for age and M, and Charlie 30.0, and Charlie we have a missing value for gender, and David have missing value for age. So we have three different types of missing value. I want to count that how many missing values in the data frame. You can using the function. So is null of sum. Tf dot data frame dot is null dot sum. So missing values count, name is 0, age we have a 2 missing value, and gender we have 1 missing value. So how to fill the missing values? So I already told that if it is a numerical value, you have to find the mean or median. If it is a categorical value, you have to find out the mode. Okay. So here we have a age as a numerical value. So I have to find the mean. Wherever I have a NAN, not a number, I can replace the mean values. Like I can go for categorical value gender, so I can find out the mode. So mode means repeating of data items. Okay, which data can be occurring more number of times. So I can take it as a number, I can fill in the values. Now see this here, after we are inputting that missing values, so this pop 27.5 and David have 27.5, because these are numerical value. I find out the mean, I can just fill the pop and David for the age. Like we can go for a Charlie, I can have a gender. So gender we have a mode, I can find the mode, so I can fill in the male. Okay. So this is a filling missing value for numerical and categorical data. So if we go for a time series data, I can go for forward fill or backward fill, B fill or F fill. So that is we have week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So if it is we are setting that fifth day, I can go for a fourth value can be taken as a missing value, that is called backward fill. I can take it as sixth value as a missing value. You can go for forward fill, that is called forward and backward fill. And we can analyzing the we can take it as a one data set, that is called tips. I can take it as a data set. You can using the function called cborn. Cborn as a SNS. In the cborn, there is a data set called tips. So I can loading the data set. How to load the data set? So we are using the function called df data frames equal to sns dot load of data set tips. So I want to print the first 5 rows of the data set. You can using the function called df.head. The head will be show the first 5 rows in the data set. So it will have a total bill, tips, sex, smoker, day, and time, and size. Size total bill is how many the particular person, how many is will be bill for the particular day, how many tips will be given for the servers, and if it is a male or female, it is a smoker or not, and which day, Sunday or Saturday or Monday or something, and time, dinner or breakfast or something. And size is nothing but how many persons to be in the table, 2 person or 3 person or 4 person in a table. So these are the meaning of the data set: total bill, tip, sex, smoker, day, time, and size. So this is called tips data set. I can take it as an example. Then next, if you are understanding the data, so what is the shape of the data frame, or what is a column? What are the columns involved in the particular data frame, and what are the data types of the particular column, and what is a missing value, and how to describing the mean, median, and maximum, minimum, all the values, statistical summary. So using the function called print df.column or df.data types and df.is null of sum, and statistical summary we have to find out. We can using a function called df.describe. So this is the output of this. So sample of data, shape of data frame is 244 rows and 7 columns. And column name, so we have a total bill, tips, sex, smoker, day, time, and size. Okay. And data type of the each and every column. So total bill as float, tip as float, sex as category, smoker as category, day as category, time as category, size as integer. Okay. And missing values, there is no missing values, everything should be 0. Okay. And statistical summary is nothing but we can have a find out the mean or standard deviation or minimum value, or 25 percentage or 50 percentage or 75 percentage, or maximum, what is the maximum value of the data set. So if you want to adding a new column in the existing table, so I can give us a function called, I want to add the tip percentage. I want to find out the tip percentage. So you can adding that tip percentage equal to df.tip slash df total bill star 100. So it will find out the percentage. Okay, I can printing the percentage also. So that is the results of the this one. So I can adding a tip underscore PCT, that is a tip percentage column. So it will show the values of the tip percentage. I can find out the average or group by. So average of overall tips, I can find out the mean. Okay, so how many members are eating that particular day, and find out the average. So we can have the mean. Okay, then average tip by 6, group by sex and mean. So male or female we can group by. An average tip by day and sex. So average tip and sex we can have to find out the group by class. So you are getting the results by average tip is overall this one 2.9, and average tip by sex and male 3.08 and female 2.83. Okay, and so this is a find out the average and group by class. And we can go for visualization. The data analytics visualization is very much important. So we can go for a line plot. So that is a matplot lib, that is a function by plot. So I can find out the total bill. Total bill, I can have a line plot. So it will show that 0, 5 members are 10 rupees, or 5 member 5, then 20 rupees, 30 rupees, like that we can go for a total bill. And bar chart, this bar chart is given by, I can take it as a group by day and how many days, and what is the tips. Okay, average tips, average tip for the day and day. So Thursday there is a more than 2.5, and Friday 2.5, and Saturday 2.5, 2.7 or something, and Sunday only 3.0, because Sunday so many members are coming to the hotel. Okay, so that is tips show that highest tips in the Sunday. We have to include that. That is using the bar chart and by chart. So it is a smoker. So we have a data set in the one field called smoker. How many members are smoker? How many members are not smoker? So we have a labels smoker value counts at index and smoker values count at values. So it will find out that, so if you put auto PCT, that is a function, it will show the values in the graph. Okay, that's why you can using the auto PCT function. So title is smoker distribution. So we have a 61.9 percentage, that is a no smoker, and 38.1 percentage have a smoker. And we can go for a histogram, and KD is a thing, but so we can go for a, that is histogram. So histogram contains the C bond. Okay, we can go for a C bond. So that is kernel density estimate. KD is nothing but kernel density estimate. So you have a histogram total bill, KD is equal to true, and distribution of the total bill. So this is a count and total bill, and this curve, okay, this curve is that estimate that probability distribution of a continuous variable. This curve will estimate that probability distribution of a continuous variable. And box plot, that is another thing. Here we have a box plot, 5 number summary. We can go for a total bill basis day, Thursday, and total bill and Friday and Saturday. Okay, so here this line indicate that the median value, that is a minimum value, that is a maximum value. And here we have some set of 25 percentage, 75 percentage, and then these points are called as outliers. Okay, this called as outliers. And one more thing is, we have a thing is called whisker. Whisker, that is Q3 plus 1.5 into IQR. So that is we can go for a box plot. And then we can move on to scatter plot. Scatter plot will give us total bill is a gender. So that is how many female or male will give a tips. Okay, the tips versus total bill by gender. So depends upon the total bill, how many tips will be given by the male or female. So that is, we can have a positive correlation because everything should be in the increasing level. So that we can take it as a positive thing. This is called scatter plot. And heat map is another thing, that is a correlation matrix. So this matrix involves everything is a diagonal as a 1. See, because correlation is nothing but -1 to +1, we know. So that is a diagonal, all those things should be 1. And we can have a thing as, if it is a 1,000 members, will be thing 10 members, 10 percentage. Okay, 10 members will be giving tip, 10 rupees can be tip, 10,000, 100 rupees can be tips. So that is called positive correlation. Like we have go for a negative correlation. Okay, so if it is a 0, no correlation. If it is a higher value, positive correlation. If it is a lower value, negative value, uh, that is called negative correlation, -1. And 0, no correlation. At least we can find out the heat map. Then this is called as a visualization. Okay, we have so far the visualization, correlation matrix, scatter plot, box plot, histogram, and bar chart, and bar chart, and line chart. Okay, so these all come under visualization part. We can have to conclude that. So the performance of the particular company. Okay, so used on the data set, I can have to draw all the charts. That's, we move on to hypothesis testing. So what is in the hypothesis? See, in a statistical method, you are making a decision or inferences about the population based, okay, or sample data. So you can find out the average tip in the restaurant different for males and females. Okay. So how to, what are the key concepts of hypothesis? Nothing but if it is a null hypothesis H naught, assumes no difference or effect. Alternative hypothesis nothing but H1. So assumes a difference or effect. So there is a difference of the tips from the males, or there is a difference between the females. We can take it like this. Okay. And p value is probability the results, and alpha is a significant level 0.05. And if it is a p value is less than infinitive, that is alpha value, there is a significance. So common test we are using that in this thing. So one sample test and two sample test and three sample test. Parity test, chi-square test, ANOVA. So these are so many tests will be come under this comparison of this null hypothesis. If it is a one sample test, so compare the sample mean to population value. Two sample test, you can take a two categorical variable, two independent groups. Parity test. So compare before or after the same group. Chi-square is nothing but test relationship between the two categorical variables. ANOVA, analysis of variance, comparing more than two value, okay, or more than of means of three or more groups. So how the workflow of the hypothesis testing? So hypothesis testing workflow, state H0 and H1, choose a significant level 0.05. So run the test using sample data, compute p-value or make a decision. So p is less than infinitive, reject, or p is greater than infinitive, fail to reject. That is nothing but accepting the null hypothesis. We can take it as an example of one sample test, t-test. So we have a coding for one sample t-test, SciPy. SciPy is the operation. That is scientific Python. SCIPY is nothing but scientific Python. Import states, we have a t value and s value. We can have one sample test. So we have t-test underscore one SAMP is a function. So the tips should be have 2.5. Okay, so if it is the p value is less than 0.05, reject the null hypothesis. That is meaning that the mean tip is significantly different from 2.5, or fail to reject, mean tip is not significantly different from 2.5. So if you run the code, we have getting that null hypothesis. So that is mean tip is significantly different from 2.5. So you can accepting the hypothesis. We want to two sample test. So we have a two sample, sex and female or male. Okay, what is the tips and gender? So tips we have sex and that is called male and female. For example, two sample test is independent. So we have to take the value of the female and male. So if it is less than 0.5, the mean and men and women or tips are differently. Or if it is not significant, no significant difference between the gender between the tips. Okay. So if you find that run the values, no significant difference in the tips, you can accepting the tips. And then chi-square value for independence. So we can take it as a contingency value. First, we can have to find out the contingency table. Like in using the crosstalk with a sex and smoker. How many members are a smoker or how many members are not smoker? You can find out the crosstalk using the contingency table. Form a contingency table. Then you can using the function called pd.crosstalk of tf.sex, tf.smoker. The two variables. After that, we can make it as a calling the contingency, and then you can find out the chi-square value. If it is less than 0.05, reject, or we can accepting the values. And then ANOVA is nothing but analysis of variance. So that is nothing but we can go for more than one value. For example, I can have a total bill for Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. We have 4 different dates. What is a bill? So you have to find out that statistics. So if the value is less than 0.05, so reject null. Or if it is fail to reject null, that is simply no difference between the cross day. So you can find out the values. At least one day has different average total bill. One day we have a higher bill. Okay, one day is nothing but here it is nothing but Sunday we have a more number of total bill should be increases, and also we have a higher tips. Okay, so that is nothing but ANOVA tables. So here go for this all those things I can have show this how to run all the things in the Python. So we can go for a Google and type Google Colab. In the Google Colab, we have to create a sign, and this is called as a menu bar, file, edit, view, and insert and time. So I can insert the code here. Okay. So first I can go for a numerical Python. So I can have a NP array 1, 2, 3 and NP array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I saw an example. So we can take it as a range, that is 0, 10, 2. So it will be have a range of 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So for example, I can run this code. So it will running. Okay, you find out the result as 02468. So that is the value. Or the second example, np dot array 1 2 3 4 5, and we have find out the exponential or square root or logarithm. So np dot exp, np dot square root, np dot log. So I can now print all the values of exponential, square root and log. I can run this program. So it will show the value for exponential, square root and log. And next one, data is equal to np dot array. We have 1 2 3 4 5 6 array, and I want to find out the mean, median, standard deviation and variance. I can using the formula, that is a function called mean of data, median of data, standard deviation of data and variance of data. So it will print mean, median, standard deviation, variance. I can run the program. So it will print the mean and median and standard deviation and variance. I can go for the next one is I can take it as a tips data set. I can go for import the cbond as SNS and load the data set of tips. So I want to show the first 5 rows in the particular data set. Okay, so I can run this. So it will show the first 5 rows in the data set. What is a data set? Tips, total bill, tips, sex, smoker, day and time and size. So what is the total bill of the particular day? What is the tips given by the male or female? And what is the gender? And it is a smoker or not smoker? And which day the bill will be given? And what time, dinner or breakfast? And how many members are eat for the particular day? The table, 2 members or 3 members, anything but size. So shape of the data frame or column name or data type or missing value or statistical summary. So I can run this program. So it will show the column shape of the data frame is 244, 7. That is nothing but 244 rows and 7 columns. And column name is nothing but total bill, tip, sex, smoker, day, time, and size. Okay. What is the data type of the all the each and every column? Total bill is a float, and tip is a float, and sex is category variable, smoke is a category, day is a category, time is a category, and size is a integer. So this is a statistical summary. Mean, standard deviation, minimum 25%, 50% and 75% and maximum value. And then creating a new column. I want adding a new column in the existing data set. So I can have a df dot, I can adding the column called tip percentage. Okay. I have to find out the percentage of the tips. So I can have to using the formula total bill star 100. I can adding the column, then I can printing that percentage. So it will show the, for example, I can run this thing. So it will have a, it will give the percentage. Then the average tip to overall. I want to find out the average tips. That is, you have to find out the mean. Okay, and average tip by sex. That is group by class mean, and average. We have go for the tip for the day. You can run this program, and we have running the code. So we can getting that average tip of the over 2.9. Average tip by sex, male is 3.08 and female is 2.83. Okay, and I can go for next visualization. So if I can import the matplotlib library, pyplot as plot, I can use it first line plot. Okay, total bill and index and total bill. I can run this program. So it will show the line plot. Okay, 0 to 10 members and 50 members have 20 total bill. If it is 100 minutes, so it is show the index value. And you can go for a next bar chart. Average tip for the particular day. Okay, I can run this program code. So it will show the Thursday how much tips, average tips, Friday how much average. The Sunday only increases because Sunday I have more number of customers who will come to hotel. Okay, then we can go for a by chart. So by chart is nothing but we can go for a smoker or is a smoker or another non-smokers. So we have a labels smokers or non values count of index, values counts of values. Okay, this auto CPT already I told you that is given the values in the chart. Okay, so I can run this one. It will show the 61.9% are no smoker, 38.1% are smoker. And import matlab.pit, we can go for histogram for the total bill. Okay, so total bill and distribution of the total bill, I can give us a title. So this I already told you, that is this line, this graph and this line indicate that, so density value. Okay, so have a total bill. And box plot, so that is another thing, I can run this box plot here. So there is a median value, and this is a minimum, this is a maximum, and we have a 25 percentage, 50 percentage, and these are the outliers. And we can go for a scatter plot. So total bill by the gender, either male or female. So there should be increases in the positive way. And then correlation. Correlation, you can using the function called tf.corr. Okay, so we can have a heat map. So this diagonal should be 1. The correlation is nothing but we have a function -1 to +1. So now the total bill, we have a, what is a thing, positive correlation or negative correlation or no correlation. So if it is a higher value or if it is a no lower value, or we have a no correlation. So that is the thing come under heat map. Okay, next hypothesis testing. Once we go for a hypothesis, already I mentioned that hypothesis testing, one sample, two sample, and chi-square and ANOVA. Okay, here one sample t-test is nothing but we can go for SkyPy import status. One sample, we can have the function called one SAMP, one sample t-test. So if the value should be less, p value should be less than 0.05, reject all the naive hypothesis. So I can run the program, run the code. It will show the t statistics is 5.62, p value is 5.07. So it is a greater than, so we are rejecting the null hypothesis. Mean tip is significantly different from 2.5. And we have a two sample, so that is tips versus male and female. I can run this. So here also p value is 0.16. So it should be failed to reject. That means we are accepting the hypothesis. And I'd go for import pantas. I can go for a, I think chi-square value. First chi-square, we have to find out the contingency table. So contingency table, how to create contingency is equal to pd dot crosstalk function, tf dot sex and smoker. So you are find out the contingency, then you have to apply the contingency in the chi-square, find out the value. So if it is less than 0.05, reject, or greater than, fail to accept. Okay. For example, I can have to run this code. Chi-square value is 0.0, p value is 1.0. So fail to reject null. No significant relation between sex and smoking. And then you can go for a separate groups. That is called, we have multiple values. We can take more than one values. Okay, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, bill of the every day. Okay, all the day should we have find out that. That is, we can go for ANOVA. That is one way ANOVA, analysis of variance. So I can run this code. So it will have a statistics 0.04, and because that's a null value, so reject the null hypothesis. At least one day has a different average total bill. That is nothing but Sunday we have a total bill should be have increases, tips also increases in the one particular day. We have to control like this. That is thing as you can go for a ANOVA table. Okay, so these are the things come under thing. Uh, Hypothesis. Okay, right. So finally, I told that a missing value, I can run that, how to run the missing value. So for example, I can create a data frame with the name and age and gender. Okay, so name as alias Pop Charles, and age we have here already told you np.nai. NA is something but not a number. So here age we have a two different missing values, and gender we have one missing values. So first I create the data frame and I have to print the data frame. The original data frame is like this: name and age and gender. And gender, age we have a alias, sorry, Pop, there is no missing value, and David have a missing value. And like gender, Charlie have a missing value. Okay. So how to find out the how many missing values in the data set? I can using a function called df.isnull.sum. So it will show that name as 0 and age have two missing values and gender have only one missing value. How to fill the missing values? I told that already. That is a numerical value, you can find out the mean or median, and if it is a categorical value, you can find the mode. Okay, so fill the numerical because we have two columns, age and gender. There is a missing value. So age is a numerical value, so I can go for a mean. I can find out the mean, I can fill in the values, and gender as a categorical variable, so I can go for I find out the mode and can fill in the values. Okay, so that's I can fill in that. Pop as 27.5, David as 27.5. That is a mean for missing value of a age. And Charlie, you can find out male because of the mode. I can find out the mode. So we are filling the M. Okay. So this is find out the filling the missing values, right? So these are the things come under missing value. How to find out the missing values? How to fill the missing values? And so many examples of another thing we have go for that this data visualization. I can go for a MATLAB. I can take another data set called Titanic. There is another one more data set I can give as example. So here we have some set of values are there. So I can have to go for the data set. Just I can print the first 5 rows in the data set. What is the function we can use? df.head. So it will we can run this. So it will have a 5 data set will be print. So if you go for a visualization, I can go for another example. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 10, 20, 25 and 30 and 40. We have a x and y value. I can plot x comma y, title as line plot, x-axis, y-axis and show. So you can run this, we can getting a line plot. Or you can go for a bar plot. I can have a passenger class distribution in the thing. So counterpart x equal to class and title is equal to passenger class distribution. It will show the first class how many passenger, second class how many passenger, third class how many passengers, and by chart. So distribution of the pie chart. So it will have a first class, second class, and third class. How many things it will show in the by chart. And then histogram. So in the histogram, I already told you human density value estimation. It will show the measures of the measuring values. Okay, histogram. And we have a age that is called box plot. Another example. So this already I mentioned that this is a median, and this is a minimum, this is a maximum, and we can go for 25% and 75%, and these are all the outliers. And scatter plot is something where the fair and surveyed correlate by surveil. So how many fair and how many data, how many age and age versus fair. That is we can plotting a scatter plot. And heat map, already we have mentioned that. Okay. So these are the some set of examples for the another data set called Titanic. And one more thing I can go for that. We can go for audio and video files also we can use in the Python. That is loading the data set, right? So these are the person should be beginners. First you have to work with some sort of simple examples. Okay, area of the circle, because of 3 numbers, uh, special characters. Okay, these are the some set of examples. After that I can go for the another example called, for example, we take it as an electricity bill. Okay, so I can take it as a month as a data. So 12 month, and what is a eb bill. So first month I have 100 units, second month I have 120 units, third month I have 140, fourth month I have 150, like that I can have a so the data. Okay, so I can first I want to convert the data into these data and eb bill into data frame. So how to convert? So pd dot data frame of data, that is a function. So I can print the data frame. Okay, so you can have to plot the month as well as eb bill. I can give some color and I can give us a line style and give some marker. So if you run this code, we have a getting this data frame. See this data frame. So this a month, 12 months, and the 12 months unit bill. First month's 100, second month's 120, third month 140, fourth month 250, like this. So this is a graph will go. If you run the graph, so it will show the month versus electricity bill. And we can go for a bar chart like month and EB bill. So it will show like this. So electricity bill as well as month, 12th month and 6th month have a more number of electricity bill. Okay. And I can go for a plot chart, by chart. We can go for another example, category A, category B, and category C and D. That is value is 25, 35, and 20 and 20. So you can go for this chart. So it will show the what is the category A 25 percentage, category B 35 percentage, category C 20 percentage, category D 20 percentage. And they have a built-in function, the Shebon. So we have to find out the tips data set. Already we see the same thing. So these are the information. Scatterplot I can run for the tips data set, and histogram. And this is another important application is in the data analytics in Python is, so we can go for the stock market. So I can have a candlestick. Okay, you know the word of the candlestick in the share market. So how many, what is the price of the open price, what is the closing price, what is the high price, what is the low price. So you can handle this. That is, we can go for creating a data frame. Data is equal to pd data frame. Here you see this open prices, high prices, low prices, and close, and index dates. Okay, so here we have a, the graph will show like this. We have find out the candlestick. January 21, February 10, March 1, March 21. So this we can have a prices. How many price will be increase or decrease? That is the main application in the share market. So we have a heat map. Another one example for heat map. So this heat map is containing MATLAB day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay. So we have a data set. I can creating a data set. So data frame, we have 4 category. So you can have to run this thing. They are getting the this type of day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4 heat map. So this is another example of the import. So these are the things come under data analytics using Python. Once again, I can have to show the thing as so we see this, what is the data analytics using, what is the how to implement in the all the values in the Python. What are the basic things in the data analytics? Data understanding, data preparation, data exploration. And we have 3 different types of analytics we see: descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. What is happening, what is happen in the future, and what is the action to be taken to increase the performance of the company. And go for NumPy operation and basic NumPy function we see. And we can go for a pandas, that is a data frame, rows and columns. You can see some example. And then missing value. So how to find the missing value in the data set, and what are the different possibility for the missing values. If it is not critical, if it is not important, we can remove the rows and columns. Or if it is a categorical or numerical, we have to find out. If it is a numerical, you have to find out the mean or median, filling the values. If it is a categorical, you can go for a mode and we have to find the missing values, filling the missing values. And if it is a time series data, we can go for forward fill or backward fill. And we have some domain knowledge, we are expert, just we are filling the values. Okay, so this is the example of data frame with the missing values, and how to find out forward fill. So we can take it as a tips data set. First 5 rows I want to pin using the head, understanding the data, what is the data type, what is the column name, what is the summary. Okay, the average group by class. And the data visualization, we can go for line chart, bar chart, bar chart, and histogram. Okay, and box plot, scatter plot, and heat map. There is a positive correlation, a negative correlation, or no correlation. And hypothesis testing, we can go for a null hypothesis or alternative hypothesis, and one sample t-test, two sample t-test, and chi-square test, ANOVA. So how to start hypothesis? We are setting the H naught and H1, and P is less than alpha, reject hypothesis. P is greater than the fail to reject. So this is a t-test, a sample, one example. Two sample, we can take it as a male and female and tips, and chi-square, I can find out the contingency table for crosstalk, SX is a smoker, and then we can find out the implementing the contingency table in the chi-square. So we can get a value as 1.0. So fail to reject. We are accepting the hypothesis. ANOVA, analysis of variance, we have go for a more number of values, more number of groups. That is Sunday, Saturday, what is the total bill? Based on the values, we are accept or reject the hypothesis. So if f statistics p value is 0.04, so reject the hypothesis, we're getting the accepting the hypothesis. So this is all the things come under data analytics using Python. Thank you.
Thank you
Mm,
so much for your presentation.
okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
and
Thank
we have
you.
some question, sir,
Yeah.
from participant. Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, for first question from Mr. Abdul. How do we balance the flexibility of Python in data analysis with the need for standardized reproducible workflow in professional environment? Yeah, thank you.
Oh, this is the thing is the Python is very easy to implement all the codes because have so many functions are easy functions are available, and there is no categorical, there is no data types we have to mention. It is automatically taken, so we can go for that easily implementing all the things come under Python. So if it is a hypothesis or if it is a share market, so many applications are there. So that is a environment, it is useful for accessing the performance of the company or accessing the share market, how the share will increase or decreases with this handle check. I can give an example also. So it is useful for in this Python. So Python is a reliable for analytical data for data analysis is very much useful because it is easy to implement all the functions are available. So no need to write more coding, easily implemented for the data analysis.
Okay, thank you. And then the second question, to what extent can automation in Python-based data analysis reduce human bias and where make it introduce new hidden bias? Thank you.
Yeah, that is for that is the thing is you can take it as a data set, and we are take it as a 1 week or 1 month data and analyzing the data. What are the product should be highly sales. For example, we can go for a one particular. I can give an example. So if it is a some closed shop, so we are watching that customers feelings. The customers are like more blue color. So we have that the thing is, so the only the person, the salesman, will increases the price of the particular pant or shirt. Everything should be in the blue color. We are increasing the price. So automatically, what the customers, we are getting that only buy for the blue colors. So automatically, the gain for the particular shop. So they are increasing the getting the more profit on the particular day. So that is one a simple example of increasing the price of the particular depends upon the customer likes.
Okay, thank you. And then the last question, how can we ensure data integrity and avoid misleading result when cleaning or transforming large data set using Python? Thank you.
Yeah, that is why we have I mentioned that that is missing values. So if you take it as a data set, definitely every data set we have some missing value is there. So find out the missing values. So the missing values we have how to find the missing values. We have some set of function is also available in the data frames, and then find after finding the missing values, how to fill that values into some set of thing. That's why I told that I have four different types of categories. I told that. So that is the thing as if it is a numerical value, so we can find out the mean or median filling the data set, or if it is categorical values, so we can go for a that is a mode. We can find out the mode and filling the values, or if it is a time series values, you can go for forward fill or backward fill. So that is a thing, we have to find out the missing values and fill the missing values and use the particular data set.
Okay, thank you. I guess no one else asking again. Yeah, thank you so much for your presentation, Dr. Karupia. Yeah,
Yeah,
finally, we come to the end of visiting lecture today. We would like to thank you for Dr. Karupia for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We
thank
hope,
you.
uh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, thank you so much, sir, and goodbye. Bye
thank
bye.
you.